Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Recently, I reported that Michael Irvin was removed from the Super Bowl coverage by the NFL Network after some allegations came out when he held a 45-second conversation with some random woman at the hotel. Well, some more additional information has been released, as well as some videos from some eyewitnesses, as well as footage from his encounter with the woman. And I'm going to play all of that, then I'll come back.
We come out the truth. You don't want to fuck up our king. They don't fuck up. I got all of this. Amen.
Now that audio is kind of hard to make out, but apparently that was the interaction with Michael Irvin and the lady from the Marriott. But I didn't see the part where they shook hands, and I know that they did based on some of the witness story. So there may be a little bit more to the video that I just don't have. I'm going to share the audio from the witnesses that TMZ Sports spoke with, and then I'll follow up with my commentary.
Were you right there when the interaction, like that's kind of been questioned, kind of happened?
Yeah, 100%. So we just came back in from the lobby after taking like a group picture. So I was there with a few of my friends. It was a bit of a work meeting. We had a really positive interaction with Michael. Group photos. I then got a one-on-one photo with Michael, which was great. I was at the back of the group as we re-entered the lobby. So I saw Michael. He was heading towards the lifts, and then he gets called back by a young lady just to say hello. And
did you hear like exactly what happened? Or what was said? It was a very
it was a positive, friendly conversation.
Yeah.
They had a brief interaction. It was 30-40 seconds. He kept his distance at all time. Stood about a meter away from her. They ended it with a handshake, and he literally turned around and went back to the lift.
What was anything like inappropriate said, or
No, not at all. Not at all. There was a little bit of laughter. Obviously jovial conversation. Nothing untoward. For me to actually take notice of what was going on.
So there's not even did she react in any? There's no way that she reacted uncomfortably at all.
No, not in my opinion. She turned around after the conversation. She went back into the bar area or around the bar area, and everyone continued their evening. It was nothing that I witnessed that was untoward whatsoever.
What happened? You were there. Yeah, so I was at the bar, and I was there with two buddies of mine. We were having a business dinner, and we looked across the bar and saw that it was Michael Irvin, which was really cool because I grew up watching football. I'm from Philadelphia, and we offered to buy him a drink. So I told the waitress, I said, "Hey, can you buy Michael a drink for us?" Michael declined the drink, but came over and said, "Thank you. I have work early tomorrow morning. I can't tonight." All that kind of stuff. And he could see, I had my phone open for a picture. So he said, "Do you want to take a picture?" I said, "Absolutely." He said, "Let's step outside. I can't take a picture inside the building," or whatever it was. Yeah. So we took a bunch of pictures outside, a little after 11 o'clock, I guess it was. And when we walked in, we walked back to go into the bar. He went straight to go to his hotel room. And I guess somebody that worked there, I don't know if it was a waitress or a bartender, came up and said, "Hey, it's Michael Irvin." And he said, "Oh, it's nice to meet you. I'm Michael," shook her hand. And the crazy part is it was like a 30-second interaction. Maybe it could have been a minute. Guys, I didn't really think much of it because it was just fan kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I woke up, that ended. He went up to his hotel. I woke up, I guess, this morning and saw this thing that said, Michael Irvin, sexual assault. And I was like, God, I just took a picture with that guy. I can't believe it. And then I read it. And it was from the night that I was there, and I was like, this is baffling. Because I saw it, and I never witnessed something like that happen before.
So what you said she could have been an employee of the hotel?
Yeah, she had a uniform on. So I don't know if she was a waitress or a bartender, but she was just in that lounge area or whatever. It was a crowded bar.
And it literally, what was optically, you're looking, it was, what happened?
So I'm sitting, so we're standing right here. And so she was at kind of at the corner where the bar was, came around the corner and said, "Hey, Michael Irvin." He said, "It's nice to meet you." We shook her hand, and it was about a 30-second interaction that was jovial, like a fan interaction, and that was it. And then he went, and she went back to work.
Just from your perspective, there's no way anything of the nature of yo, you're cut from all the broadcasts. That doesn't even make sense from what you said.
That's why this morning I felt sick when I saw it, because it was the first time I was ever, firsthand experience where something like that happened that was just fabricated. It was a totally normal conversation, and the bar was, relatively packed. Like, It was a quick conversation in a crowded area. He went on his way. I never really thought about it again. And she went back to work. He went upstairs. And then when I read that it was that he was like taken off of or canceled from like the NFL Network or whatever, it just was like mind blowing that happened so quickly off a 30-second conversation where it was normal. I didn't get it. So
Wow. I appreciate you for.
So Michael Irvin has now filed a defamation lawsuit seeking $100 million in damages, according to ESPN. He alleged he was falsely accused of misconduct by a female employee at a Marriott hotel. The lawsuit against a Jane Doe and Marriott International Inc. was filed Thursday in Collin County, Texas. Irvin was pulled off the remainder of NFL Network Super Bowl week coverage following a complaint about his behavior in a hotel on Sunday. Now, in his lawsuit, he said he returned to the hotel. He briefly greeted, shook hands, and talked with several fans, including the woman, for a few minutes before going to his room alone. The lawsuit alleges a hotel manager reported false information to the NFL, accusing Irvin of improper behavior toward a hotel employee. He was then shockingly woken up by a crew of security and removed from the hotel without any explanation or questions. Witnesses have come forward, and that's what I played for you there. And those witnesses said they saw nothing, heard nothing that seemed out of the ordinary. It seemed jovial, it seemed fun, interactive with a fan, and that was that. So thank God for cell phone footage and for these men witnessing what happened and coming forward to tell what happened, because so many times men are just demonized and they take the word of the woman as if women or people don't lie. Now, I'm all for when a man has done something wrong for them to be punished to the full extent of the law, but women like these right here that are just alleging things in order to come up on a bag, they need to be punished. I hope Michael Irvin wins his lawsuit, and I hope that old girl and the people involved that lied lose their job, because it's not right. They have cost Michael Irvin money and time, embarrassment, humiliation. And again, like I said on my previous video, we don't know what that did for his home front. Michael's been married nearly 30 years to the same woman, and you don't know what that allegation could have done to his home life or to his family, because he has children and grandchildren. That's embarrassing, and I hope that he gets his money from them. And NFL Network needs to pay up too, because they just went along with the allegation and dropped him like he did it. They need to answer as well. So hopefully he gets some kind of arbitration with the NFL Network and they work that out. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Make sure you hit the like button before you go and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Until next time, peace.